Welcome back to Out There Area AM channel, folks, where we tear into the shadows of the cosmos to hunt down truths that'll make your heart race. I'm Scout, your guide through the unexplained, a fella who spent years chasing history's strangest clues and UFO tales that keep us up at night. Today, we're diving headfirst into a story so wild, so bone-chilling, it'll have you questioning everything you thought you knew. The Betty and Barney Hill abduction of 1961. This ain't just any yarn. It's the first documented alien abduction in America, a case that cracked open the door to the stars and left us wondering what's watching us from up there. Picture it. September 1961. A dark, lonely road in New Hampshire's White Mountains. A regular couple's driving home, their dog snoozing in the back, when a glowing light starts stalking their car like a predator in the night. Hours later, they're miles away, their memories blank, their lives turned upside down. Were Betty and Barney Hill snatched by beings from another world? Or is something darker hiding in the gaps of their story? Strap in, 'cause we're about to take a wild ride into a mystery that's equal parts terrifying and tantalizing. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's go hunting for the truth together, y'all. Thoughtful. Let's roll back to September 1961. The world's a tense place. Cold War jitters got folks looking over their shoulders with the US and Soviets racing to conquer space. UFO fever's still burning hot after Kenneth Arnold's flying saucers and the Roswell crash. But nothing, and I mean nothing, could have braced the world for what Betty and Barney Hill were about to stumble into. Narrating. Betty and Barney weren't your run-of-the-mill folks. Barney, 39, was a postal worker, a black man fighting for civil rights in his community. Betty, 41, was a white social worker, sharp as a tack. Together, they were a mixed-race couple in an era when that turned heads, living quietly in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Thoughtful. Solid, respected people, not the type to go spinning wild tales for kicks. Narrating. It's September 19th, 1961, and they're driving home from a vacation in Montreal, winding through the White Mountains on US Route 3. It's late, the road's black as pitch, and their dachshund Delcy is curled up in the back. Short pause. Around 10:30 p.m., Betty spots a bright light in the sky, moving funny, darting and zigzagging like no plane or star she's ever seen. Thoughtful. Barney, a born skeptic, brushes it off as a satellite or some such. But that light, ominous tone, it's got other plans. It starts tailing their car, getting closer, moving like it's alive. Narrating. They pull over to let Delcy stretch her legs, and Barney grabs his binoculars, hoping to settle this. Surprised, what he sees freezes his blood. A pancake-shaped craft, glowing with strange lights, and shadowy figures moving inside, watching him. Breathing hard, his heart's pounding. This ain't no satellite. They scramble back to the car, tires spinning as they peel out, but the light sticks to them like glue. Betty's glancing out the window, eyes wide, when suddenly a weird beeping sound, like some alien Morse code, fills the car. Their heads go foggy like they're slipping into a dream. Narrating. Next thing they know, it's hours later. They're 35 miles down the road near Ashland with no clue how they got there. Their clothes are torn, shoes scuffed, and Betty's dress has these odd pink stains. Long pause. Barney's watch is dead, stopped cold, shaken. Both of them are shaken, feeling like something unspeakable just went down. When they get home, they find shiny circular marks on their car's trunk, marks that make a compass needle dance like it's possessed. Thoughtful. What in the name of the stars happened out there on that desolate road? Long pause. The Hills didn't know it yet, but they just stepped into a mystery that'd haunt them till their dying days. Betty and Barney tried to shake it off, to get back to their normal lives, but that night clung to them like a shadow. Nightmares started creeping in. Betty saw strange beings with huge black eyes. Barney relived being trapped somewhere he couldn't escape. They realized 2 whole hours of their drive were gone, like someone snipped them out of their minds. They called it missing time, and it gnawed at them. Barney's health tanked. Ulcers, stress, the works. Betty couldn't shake the dread that something wasn't right. Looking for answers, they reported their sighting to Project Blue Book, the Air Force's UFO investigation outfit. The official word? Just a misidentified star, maybe Jupiter. The Hills weren't having it. By 1962, desperate and frayed, they turned to Dr. Benjamin Simon, a big-shot Boston psychiatrist, known for using hypnosis to dig up buried memories. Dr. Simon put them under separately, making sure they couldn't influence each other. What came out was so eerily similar, so downright terrifying, it'd make your skin crawl. Both described being stopped on that dark road by small, humanoid creatures, 4 to 5 feet tall, gray skin, no noses, no mouths, just those massive black eyes that seemed to bore into your soul. These beings spoke without words, planting thoughts right in their heads. Betty's sessions painted a vivid picture. Clinical, she was taken aboard a craft, into a sterile room lit up like a hospital from hell. They ran tests, needles in her skin, a long one jabbed into her belly, which the leader called a pregnancy test. That same leader showed her a star map, pointing out their home, a place some researchers later pegged as Zeta Reticuli, a star system 39 light-years away, barely known in '61. Betty sketched that map under hypnosis, and it's still one of the eeriest artifacts of this case. Distressed Barney's sessions were gut-wrenching. He described being paralyzed, dragged onto the craft, and examined while gripped by terrified. Those eyes, he said, shuddering, felt like they could see everything about me. They put a device on him, causing strained voice pain he could barely describe. His fear was so raw, Dr. Simon had to pause sessions to calm him down. Thoughtful, their stories lined up like pieces of a cosmic puzzle. Same beings, same craft, same chilling, tone-cold clinical vibe. Dr. Simon, a skeptical tone, hard-nosed skeptic, didn't think they were lying, but suggested a considering folie à deux, a shared delusion, maybe sparked by stress or the UFO craze. But that theory's got annoyed holes. Questioning how do you explain the torn clothes, the scuffed shoes, the weird stains on Betty's dress that later tested positive for some disgusted, unknown organic gunk, or those car marks messing with a surprised compass. By 1965, their story leaked to a Boston paper, turning the Hills into resigned, reluctant celebrities. Their case hit books, radio shows, and even a 1975 TV movie, The UFO Incident. UFO researchers, excited, ate it up, calling it the spark that lit the dramatic abduction phenomenon. Were the Hills telling the truth about a close encounter, or was something else toying with their unsettled minds? Thoughtful, the Betty and Barney Hill case is a maze of possibilities, each path leading to questions that keep you up at night. Serious, let's wrestle with the big ones. Intrigued. Theory 1, alien abduction. The wildest take is that the Hills were straight up taken by extraterrestrials. Their stories, consistent down to the smallest details, are backed by physical evidence. The car marks, the dress stains, the stopped watch. Betty's star map, matching Zeta Reticuli before it was well known, is a puzzled head-scratcher. UFO heavyweights like Stanton Friedman called this first contact, part of a 1960s wave of alien visits. The Hills' rock-solid credibility, no fame seekers here, makes it firmly tough to wave this off. Skeptical. Theory 2, psychological mirage. Skeptics, including Dr. Simon, lean toward a mind game. The Hills were a mixed-race couple in the '60s, facing stress that could have fueled vivid nightmares. The UFO mania of the era might have shaped their fears, with hypnosis amplifying subconscious ideas. But how do two people share the exact same delusion without talking it over? Challenging. And what about the physical evidence that don't add up? Ominous. Theory 3, government mind games or hoax. The darkest theory, whispering whispers of Cold War experiments, think MK Ultra, messing with folks' heads using drugs or hypnosis. Could the Hills have been guinea pigs in a classified test? Others call it a flat-out hoax. But the Hills gained nothing but grief, no money, no glory, just scrutiny. Exasperated. Why endure that for a lie? Emphatic. This case didn't just fade into the desert dust, it changed everything. It kicked off the modern abduction craze, inspiring thousands to share similar stories. It burned the image of gray aliens into our minds, shaping movies like Close Encounters of the Third Kind and shows like The X-Files. UFO groups like MUFON still point to it as a assertive cornerstone. Betty, who outlived Barney, he passed in '69, became a voice for UFO believers, speaking clearly, speaking at conferences till her death in 2004, thoughtful. The Betty and Barney Hill abduction ain't just a story. It's a window into the unknown, a challenge to everything we hold true. Questioning. Did beings from another star snatch this couple from a lonely road? Or did their minds weave a tale from the fears and fascinations of their time? 64 years later, the evidence, physical marks, raw emotion, and cultural ripples keeps this case alive, daring us to ask, what's out there watching us? Serious. What hits hardest is the human heart of it all. A couple just trying to get home, caught in a cosmic nightmare that reshaped their lives. Admiring. Their courage to speak, despite being laughed at, pushes us to wonder, mysterious, what else might be lurking in the vast, dark sky. Friendly. Now, I'm turning it over to you folks. Curious. Do you buy the Hills story, alien abduction, no question? Or is it a trick of the mind? Maybe even a government scheme? Eager. Drop your take in the comments. And if you've ever seen strange lights or lost time you can't explain, spill it. We're all ears. Energetic. If you're hooked on unraveling these mysteries, excited, smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. Next up, we're chasing the 1976 Tehran UFO incident, a wild military dogfight with a UFO over Iran. Teasing, aliens or something else. You won't want to miss it. Appreciative. Thanks for riding along, y'all. Serious. Keep your eyes peeled on the night sky, but don't blink, 'cause, ominous, something might be staring back.